Political science. He says the political science is architectonics. Now understand the term why he says so. Architectonic is taken from architectonic is taken from science of architecture. From science of architecture is a science which tries to understand fundamental of any structure or build that it is some understandable. It is understandable by this saying that architectonic. That what does it means? Aristotle says political science as architectonic is means political science that which deals with the state. Means what craft that the architecture is performing. It is the statecraft. And what are its major call to? It is to give direction to state. Basically, it is also to control, put limitations on the state, and to formulate public policy. And to formulate public policy. Hence, all other science take clue or direction from it. All other science take direction from pol science. Then how other science takes these directions? Like the political science that the politics introduced that a nuclear program should be banned. That we will not study the nuclear experiment. Then automatically the science of nuclear science gets stopped. So then no one will research on nuclear science because it is of no use. And if we go like took the example of the current time as the electric vehicles are promoting, but if the government imposes ban or restrictions or high tariff duties on the lithium or the any product which is necessary to produce the electric battery or electric vehicle, then it is almost gonna substitute give the downfall to the electronic vehicle and electronic productions. Aristotle's ideas of Nicomachean ethics was Nicomachean ethics. First was the political sciences, master science. And the second man is by nature a political animal. Man is by nature a political animal. Now understand what was the context when he says so. While establishing the importance of the discipline of political science as a master science, because it deals with the policy, he establishes the importance of the state political science as a master science. The realizations on the why he calls political science as master science. It is because it helps in realization of highest good. Now look how it happens. Man can realize the highest good when he is in this state. But how? The highest characteristics of human soul that the human soul is reason to know the highest good. When the environment around it is the pure and intellectual, he will automatically attain the absolute truth, which will lead to the higher good. But if he will be the practical intellect, he will be the how to make our life good or moral. That these both are the different things. Political science is the master science because it helps in the realizations of the highest quality of soul. Because it helps in the realizations of the highest quality of soul. And how the soul develop. It develop it develop when it develop when there is right environment. There is right environment which nourishes our soul. And this is only possible in the city state. Civic participation is high. Civic participation is high, which encourages the dialectics. Man is by nature a political animal. Man is by nature a political animal. Means that the main reason that the man cannot live without the state. Without a state, and a state is necessary evil. A state is necessary. Aristotle goes to the extent by while giving this statement that one who live without a state is either a god or a beast, but he cannot be man. We will elaborate his statement further in the upcoming. If duty of man is to live under a state, then what is the duty of a state? The purpose of a state is to those. The purpose of a state. The purpose of a state is to realize their highest good. It means that those who are running the state should make laws so that the people realize their highest use. Such laws can only be with the reason. Okay. Importance of importance of good or just law. Good or just laws. Which laws are good? Which laws are good? The laws which create the peace. The law which create peace, peace and harmony are good, and which promote excellence in the society. But it is essential that these laws are practical also, that it doesn't only remain the idea. Thus, law needs to be universalist. The law should be the universal, but in some cases it can be particular, but it should be based on the common sense. Importance of law is that if it's, if law does not exist, then state also does not exist. A state ceases to exist with man with man for their well-being and making their life good. But to make it happen, the law is necessary. Now look into the Sophists versus Socrates, Aristotle, Plato. Sophists. Sophists focused on individual art prior to state, means individuals are greater than the state. Under importance of state. The state is artificial. Sophists focused on state is artificial, means it is the creation of the man, and the main aim is to fulfill the interest of the citizen. That was the call by the sophists. But Socrates, Aristotle are in the view that the state is prior to individual, because individuals becomes man only when it comes under the state. Otherwise, it is just the living the life of the misery and living the condition of the might is right. In his view, the state is natural. The state is natural because it has to be there some law and order and some kind of society through which the people can live in the peace and harmony. That's how Socrates. Aristotle of the view that the Aristotle on state politics book, in his book Politics, the state is the highest of all association. The state comes into existence for sake of good life, but continues for the betterment of the life. Now look into the how Aristotle establishes that state is highest of all association. He says that the nature has not made man self sufficient. Man is not sufficient is not sufficient to fulfill self, even his basic needs. So man created family which can fulfill some of their needs. The majorly was the biological needs, But if then also they cannot fulfill their need, then the man creates the state. A state can fulfill all their needs, which is full of the diversity, which is full of diversity. Then by looking into mm, this chronology, it shows that the man is prior to state, which created a state. But if we think logically, before the state, the man was living the life of misery. He cannot satisfy all his needs. But after coming into after coming into the state, he can fulfill their needs.